friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anum and I create beauty and lifestyle content here on YouTube as well as my blog summerxskin.com. You can also find this face on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, you name it, I'm on it. It's all Summer X Skin, and I'll leave the links down below, but be sure to follow me and we'll become friends. So by now you probably know what this video is about, but I'm super duper excited about it because it is so highly requested. I always get questions on my Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, even from my friends and family wanting to know how I do my eyebrows, and it's flattering, trust me, because considering what my brows were maybe even like 4 or 5 years ago, I was one of those girls who had like literally the thinnest brows, and so now I'm just really happy that they're grown out, they look good. One thing you will notice about this video is that I use every single product from Benefit Cosmetics, and you guys, it is like my holy grail. I can't compliment that brand enough, and that's why I'm so excited to be partnering with them on this video. I feel like every year Benefit Cosmetics comes out with some really cool products for brows. Last year they did an overhaul of every single brow product they have and they redesigned it. The packaging was new, everything was very innovative and different, and along with the redesign came a whole new range of products, and a lot of them I'll be mentioning today because now they're not really considered new. It's just part of like your staple routine. For a few years now, Benefit Cosmetics has been doing the Bold is Beautiful project, and it happens in the month of May. But if you go to any Benefit brow bar, they're at Sephora, they also have standalone boutiques. If you get a brow wax, every dollar from it goes to a charity supporting women, and I love that so much. The two charities in Canada that Benefit Cosmetics supports is Habitat for Humanity Canada as well as Look Good Feel Better. I actually had the opportunity back in the fall to go with Benefit Cosmetics to help build a home as part of Habitat for Humanity, and I've never done anything like that. It was so intense and it was so amazing. We were all outside for the full day helping to build this home together, and to get that sort of experience is like no other. If you want to learn more about this initiative, you can go to benefitcosmetics.com or boldisbeautiful.com. I'll put the links down below, and you can learn more about the history, how long they've been doing it, all the accomplishments they've made throughout the years. And if you do have time for the month of May, be sure to go to your local Sephora or Benefit boutique and get your brows waxed. If at any point you do like this video, the tutorial, or just my brows, please give it a thumbs up. You can also comment below and let me know what you'd like to see next, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. I love you guys. Enjoy the tutorial. Mwah! So here I am, bare-faced. I only have moisturizer on and primer, and this is contrary to how I feel a lot of people do their brows, but I actually like to do mine first. I find that it's a significant difference because the brow product actually sticks to the primer and sticks to my face, and then when I go in with my foundation, or if I'm using a beauty blender or anything like that, I just blend it really well around the brows. I've tried both ways and I feel like I go more towards doing my brows first. I'm taking a spoolie. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. It's got the angled brush on one side and the spoolie on the other. Right now, because I do have primer and lotion and stuff, I just kind of like to brush the hairs into place before I start applying product. The key to brows is that you have to treat them like your hair. So it's really important to brush them as much as you can to moisturize them. I know a lot of people put coconut oil or different oils and lotions to keep them moisturized, and I like to do that too. Anytime I'm applying face moisturizer, I just apply it on my eyebrows too and treat it like it's my skin. The first product I'm going in with is the Benefit Brow Gel. This stuff has changed my life, you guys. I discovered it last year when they launched it, and a lot of people compare it to a few other brow gels, but I've tried a whole range and I somehow keep going back to this one. You're gonna want to start with filling it out where you don't have hair or where it's kind of sparse already. So I'm starting with my left eyebrow, and if I take my spoolie and just brush my hair downward, you guys can see how the hair is not fully there. So I'm going to start with my brow gel and just fill in all those sparse areas. It already comes with a brush, which is great, and you dip it in, and I like to dip it in very, very lightly because a lot of product comes on and I don't want it to be dark right away. And then I just go ahead and start lining that top area. and I keep the line going. Once I sort of have that line there, I fill in where I don't see hair. Don't worry too much about the color just yet because you are going to be using powder and different things later on to build that brown or whatever shade you're trying to do. And now instead of continuing on that brow, I'm actually going to go to my right brow because I have this arch more or less done. I want to mimic that same sort of arch on this side. And I'm starting at the top here. You gotta remember that brows are sisters, not twins, so of course they won't be perfectly symmetrical, but I do like to try. If you're unsure of where you want your eyebrow line to end, I kind of go with that rule where it's like just making sure it aligns with your actual eyes. So for me, my eyes are really big and my eye kind of ends here, and I know I want my arch to end more or less there, and then I fade it out. So it's super thick up here and it's thin over here. I'm gonna do the bottom, and I'm still gonna use the brow gel, but you wanna be very, very gentle with how much you use because it does get really dark really, really fast. So I just touch it like very gently and kind of remove some of the excess. Always analyze like which brow looks thicker. It's always my left one where this just overall seems thicker. So I want to bring that thickness to my right eyebrow. So first I'm going to go ahead and line the bottom of this one and then try to match it here. The nice thing about the brow gel is that you can really build that brow and build that line the way you want it. So this is more or less the shape that I want, and then now I'm going to mimic that shape on my right side with the brow gel. I feel like it's the brow gel that does all the work for you, and I'm just using the brush to apply it. It just makes life so much easier when you're doing brows. This is more or less the shape that I go for, and I'm basically done with the brow gel. I'm gonna take my spoolie again, and I'm just gonna lightly close my eye and just really work on that shape like this. I just want to clean out any excess that I've got from the brow gel or anything like that, and just make sure the shape lines well. I also just start to comb the brow gel into place. Moving on, I'm going to use the Benefit Browsings, and this is basically a total taming and shaping kit for brows. You guys must have seen it before. Basically has a powder and a creamy base. I don't use the creamy base too much, but I do use the powder to kind of go over whatever I've got already going on with my brows. So you've got your shape, and now you're going to use the powder to build that depth and the color. So I know that I already have some sparse like brown areas from just shaping with the brow, so I'm going to go ahead with the powder and build on those areas. I'm also using the powder really, really gently on the front area. That way you can still see the fade. And now I'm basically done. I'm gonna go ahead once again with the spoolie and clean up around the eyebrows, as well as just brush out the product a little bit in my brows so it looks more or less natural. Now that we have our shape, we're gonna set our eyebrows. And of course, you can use as many products as you like. Benefit Cosmetics actually has tons of different ways. I know they have a primer, they have a 3D brows thing, which kind of gives your brows a 3D effect, as crazy as that sounds. They have tons and tons of ways of really setting your brows. This is the way that I like to do it, and it's kind of bulletproof for me. But the first step is using Benefit's Gimme Brow. This little baby has been around for so long. They used to have different packaging, and now all their products have the silver pink theme, and I love it so much. I think it looks so chic. I'm going to go ahead and just apply it all over my brows. I'm going to start at the front and brush my way towards the back. Brush, brush, brush. The last step for me is the Benefit Ready Set Brow, and this is a clear eyebrow gel. It really helps to shape and to set your brows so they're in place all day. Similar to how I applied the Gimme Brow, I'm going to use the clear brow gel. So from front and then working my way towards the back, and you just brush it in like so. Now you just let that gel dry, do its thing. Really up to you how you want to highlight your brows. I of course don't have any product on my face yet, so I'm going to go ahead, do my eyes, do my face, and then I'll go ahead with my under eye highlight. Sometimes I like it to be very shimmery, very shiny. Other times I like it to be very matte. Once your brows are in place, you can literally do whatever you want. The world is your oyster. And there you have it. I do have the rest of my face on with foundation, concealer, all of that good stuff, and you guys can see that my brows didn't mess up. They don't move, they don't even smudge at all. They stay in place thanks to the brow gel that I use. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Benefit Cosmetics for partnering with me on this video. Be sure to go to benefitcosmetics.com or boldisbeautiful.com to learn more about the initiative. I've also written a blog post on summerxskin.com on the Bold is Beautiful project and how I've been involved over the years, as well as some of the history around it, so you can check it out there. And remember, if you get a brow wax service at any Benefit Brow Bar, every dollar will be donated towards charities empowering women. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that way you'll never miss a video, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah!